Hi, I'm Michael Godsmart, Director of Woodville, and today I'm going to be going through any initial queries you have regarding workplace pensions or auto-enrolment and how it works in your business. This video is produced from an employer's perspective, telling you the minimum you need to do to comply with the legislation. We will not and do not offer investment advice. If you would like it, please ask us and we can refer you to a range of advisors. So, firstly, a little bit of history for you. Auto-enrolment started in 2012 and was initially applied to the largest workforces. Over the years, smaller businesses have been made to join and start the schemes for their staff. Now we're in the final stage where micro businesses, that's us and yourselves, must set up a scheme. And when do you need to get it set it up by? By now you should have received a letter from the pension regulator. They're the body who are ensuring compliance in the scheme. You've not had your letter yet, but your scheme is quite new. Your payroll scheme is quite new. Don't worry as you'll be receiving your letter soon. Or you can check using the link in the letter and email we've sent to you. On the letter there'll be a date called a staging date. This is the date by which you must have a scheme in place and it being operated for your staff. Once a scheme is in place, if we set it up for you, we will let the pension regulator know and they'll essentially take you off their list. Do you need to do it? And one word answer, yes. If you don't, you could have penalties of £50 a day and a possible one-off £400 fine. You can postpone your staging date if you're not quite ready, but you'll need to speak to us if you want to do this. Once your staging date has passed, any employees who meet the criteria, we'll get to that in a minute, will automatically be enrolled into the scheme. That means you'll deduct extra money from their wage, and as an employer you will make an extra contribution for them. The contributions increase over the next few years, and we'll get to that again in a couple of minutes. Anyone who isn't auto-enrolled will need to be written to and told their rights about opting in if they want to. Can you tell your employees they shouldn't join? Another one-word answer, no. If you're caught doing this, you could be looking at hefty penalties, and we've just gone through some of them. So who's auto-enrolled, who has a right to opt in, and who can pay? The table on this slide shows who you need to pay for. Let's look row by row. In the top row, anyone, any age, who earns less than £5,772 a year has a right to join the scheme. If they do, however, they're not entitled to an employer contribution. You can pay one if you like, but it's not mandatory. Next row, if they earn between £5,772 and £11,000, the employee is not automatically enrolled, but they have a right to opt into a scheme. If they do, they will receive an employer contribution. If you earn more than £11,000 and they are aged between 22 and state pension age, then you must automatically enrol them. That means from the staging date, you will deduct the employee contribution and also make an employer contribution. If they are younger than 22 or older than state pension age, they have a right to opt in and they are entitled to an employer contribution. The old rule was you need to let your employees know 3 months before the staging date what's happening. Now though, the latest guidance is you must let them know within 6 weeks of the staging date passing. So there could be situations where you'll be taking money off your staff and they won't yet have been informed about the scheme. Our software has all the letters built into it and we can automatically email them to your staff and let them know what's going on. Next up, what you need to pay. The payments increase over the next couple of years up to the 6th of April 2019. There are two minimum limits: the amount you pay as an employer and the total contribution. Again, looking at the table on the slide, up to the 5th of April 2018, as an employer you must pay a minimum of 1%. The total contribution must be 2%. This is normally deducted from the employee salary, and so in this case the employee pays 1%, and the difference the employee would be paying 3% in the 18-19 tax year and 5% from April 19. You can, if you want, pay the full 2, 5 and 8 and not take any money off your employees. That's not our advice, but if you want to do that as an employee, you can do. And what we do, as the table below says, here's a little bit more on what we will and what we won't do. I'll go on what we won't do first. We won't advise on what scheme or fund you should invest in. Nest will select a fund based on employee criteria. If you want further advice on that sort of thing, let us know. We can put you in touch with a pension advisor. We won't pay the deductions for you either. You'll need to make a payment separately to the provider. That's normally done by direct debit, and you set that up when the scheme is set up. What we will do, we'll set up a pension regulator approved scheme with Nest. If you want to look at any others, let us know. We will assess all of your employees and prepare the letters, inform them what's happening. We'll calculate deductions and tell you what needs to be paid and when. We will continue to assess employee eligibility on each pay date, letting you know any changes that are to be made. So, next steps, let us know what you want us to do. We can either sign you up with a Nest pension scheme, we can sign you up with a different provider, or if you don't want us to do anything, you're going to do it yourself, you need to give us the pension details 2 months before your staging date, just to make sure our systems can process everything properly for you. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions, you can email us at payroll@woodvilleaccountancy.co.uk. Thank you.